You know, some RPGs would let you feel powerful and then throw the big enemies at you. Like Invaded Onett, or the Cave of the Past, after Ness gets beefed up. This game, I don't really feel that. We're like near the end of the game now, and we're still getting our butts kicked by enemies. Also, I was here at Antenna Land. You don't get one charge per antenna. I turned in like 19 antennas. I got 6 extra power. I think I'm at like 57 now. We're heading to a side area. Once I remember where that side area is again. Yeah, the archaeology site. Also make sure that you park like your airship around here instead of at that tower over there, because you'll have to go through Nulmu Dune to go to it. This one you can at least call. But we did explore... Oh, you know what? I could just Afterlife there, because we did explore a little bit of it. Yeah, there's a fountain inside the Sage Labyrinth. It's a side area. It leads to secrets. And we like secrets. But first we have to drown. If you missed it last time, we fought Odazir. And Gibby. And he had dynamite. And everything exploded. And now everybody's gone Hylic. He activated the Wacky Ray. It wasn't fun. Yeah, we could head back to the Sage Labyrinth from here. I forgot about that. Well, I had to find a fountain sooner or later, really. I took care of the Galliforms next to the archaeological site. They didn't really have as many antennas as I thought. Actually, Foglast had quite a few antennas. Let's not fight the hairy guy. I'm sure I'll stumble across one of these guys eventually. But this is a tiny little loop. We're kind of slowed up by this guy. Ah, you know what? We're just gonna get him out of the way. Sure. We have some new enemies here. We got the hairy dude. We also have the nonconformist. He's not conforming. He's doing weird gesture things. Gotta give them the curse. Take that. I found out vulnerable leaves once you hit somebody that's vulnerable. So you really gotta make your shot count. Spectrant, I don't like that one. It makes people dissolve. Pangorma? He has lightning power. Who's more dangerous? Both of these guys have an AoE attack. I think this one's a little bit more dangerous than the other one. Goodbye. Vulnerable lightning. 136 damage, and I didn't even charge it. You could go next. Snaps are quite powerful as well. I have a foam armor charging on this guy. Might as well use it. Just like in the Worm Zone, fighting in the Labyrinth means that you get full heals after every fight. And he died from heat. We got more meat and antennas. I don't really like going back to Antenna Island. It's not an easy way to do it. That statue has no eye. He was looking here. It's a secret wall. Oh, and enemies. Crud. Now we have some highway flame. The Jaded Mycetic. Which means I gotta deal with this problem. We have a problem now. I'm not quite sure what made Samsnosa so fast before. She usually takes her turn last. Yeah, let's just pile on all the damage on her, why don't we? I think Pangorma and Samsnosa are the same speed, and Wayne's a little bit slower than them. So they just like trade off who's gonna go next. I hate dissolving. I hate lightning bolts. I'm the one that should be using the lightning bolts. And Jaded Mycetics, I forget what they do while they're charging. I just don't want them to be charging. can I do to make them stop charging? Not much, really. They're already burning. I don't think dissolving's gonna really help here. Wayne, you're kind of lacking with your area of effect abilities. Surprisingly, Wayne is less useful than he was in the first game. The first game he had hypnosis that I didn't really use too often. And I gave him dual wielding so he could do extra snap damage, but here there is no dual wielding. You never get that option. Oh, they were just charging cookies, never mind. They're fine. But now, like, everybody except for that Fleam over there is vulnerable, which means I could probably charge on Subsnosa. That's what bracing looks like, by the way. It gives you a free defending. You don't have to use Paromer Bleb. Bleb is for healing purposes. Okay, who needs to be removed? How did Quaif... Oh, Quaif Stalker gave him self-defending. Which is why he's not vulnerable anymore. Well, he gets the Lightning Bolt then. Take that off of him. I would have been able to do so much damage to him if he had that vulnerable still on. We saw how much a regular Lightning Bolt did. A charged Lightning Bolt would do like 180, maybe 200 damage. But I'm prepping this entire group for a darn good Wave Artifice. It should be quite powerful with all these vulnerables around. Her old-fashioned favorite. Goodbye. Luckily the wavelets went where I wanted them to go. Sometimes they target enemies that exploded from the initial wave, because they're still kind of enemies. So what's this guy guarding in here? Oh, just a soul sponge? Really? Drat. Alright, I got the soul sponge, which means it's time to go down the ladder. Into the basement area. I heard there's a muscle applique hiding around in here somewhere, like in a corner. There's a secret wall. But I haven't managed to find it. I'm not quite sure if you have to be clicking to find it, if it's like a pixel hunt, or what's going on. Getting so many noises the kitchen over. The kitchen's right next to my room, if you want to know. If you must know. You don't really need to know. I'm hearing noises. Okay, this place is, well, a labyrinth. Which means you'll get confused in it. And lost. And you might get attacked by enemies. It's a veritable dungeon. I think we're safe in here. Oh, okay, that's where I need to go. I'm sure there's a secret wall around here somewhere. I don't think those walls are pressable. It's mostly these kinds of walls that are pressable. There might be hidden ones. This is what I was doing for like a good hour and a half before. You know what? The eyes are kind of a hint. Let's go this way. Anything over here? Maybe I have to travel to the side a little bit. I don't know where that eye is looking. Or not looking. In regards to, you know, it has nothing. Ah, there's a secret wall. Oh. There has to be another thing around here. My notes say there's another thing around here. It says head down the ladder, head right, press the walls, and there's items. I forget where the ladder is. I don't think you can move faster than this either. I'm kind of mashing the button. Now, they did have an eye that's looking in this direction somewhere. Ah! There it is. Okay. Any wall is a goal. That's certainly a different wall. This guy's kind of patrolling. There must be secret walls in the secret wall. Surely. There we go. I know, I just called somebody Shirley. Here's the items. Cookie and multi-coffee. And nothing else. What are you looking at? Huh? There's nothing over here. Maybe they took that muscle applique that the guide was mentioning out. Yeah, I use guides. What of it? I need to make sure I find everything. Ah, another secret wall. Let's just hope that didn't get me turned around. Thank you! Thank you for jumping right at me. That actually startled me a little bit. That actually genuinely concerned me. We have this fellow right in the middle, the courtier. He has a habit of like full healing the entire enemy party if they have damage on them. That's what I've noticed anyway. Which means Pole Magna is kinda gonna, you know, have run of the land here a little bit. But Courtier's gotta go. I made him double crispy. You don't need him full healing, people. He has something called the Tube Steak Manifold. You don't want it to happen. He deploys the hot dog. And you don't want the hot dog. Not for them anyway. They don't deserve the hot dog. Sosnosa's gonna be bleeding a whole bunch now, thanks. I'm hearing a hissing coming from the room over, and it's kind of concerning. There's weird noises coming from my apartment all of a sudden. Oh, hey, I was charging a foam armor with that. I'm getting more confused by other things. Alright, we can't bleed. So what can we do? Someone needs to dissolve. You know what? Bomalog needs to dissolve. He's probably going to try vulnerabling everybody. Speaking of vulnerable, where did all my vulnerables go? Oh, okay, they're over here. You gotta go. 136 damage for you. Oh, 112. Never mind, because he's dissolving. That's why. I can't I could re-vulnerable them, yeah. Actually, that is a good idea. That'll work. I'm thinking about other things besides the game. Sometimes this happens. My brain just kind of turns off. And I just start dealing with what's currently in front of me. Because we got a whole bunch of Pole Magnas. And we got that dude over there. And people are dying. And now the homunculus is dead. And everybody's vulnerable and burning. Thanks. Here, I will share this gift with you. Might have killed Somsnosa. What good will it do you? And now my TV just told me it was buffering for like no good reason. I'm not quite sure why. I have it paused. It shouldn't be buffering. But apparently the noises in the kitchen have stopped. Even though it's still kind of concerning. Let's head in this direction. Hopefully not get ambushed by any more creatures of the night. Hairy creatures of the night. They want to hurt us in bad ways. I mean, we've fully healed. That disaster never happened. Didn't happen. We made it all up. Our writers made it up. They just wanted some drama. They wanted Somsnosa to die because she had a curse. And now I'm lost in the maze again. I need that room with the 4 statues in it. The ones that we saw before. It was 2 paths. I just heard that noise again. Hold on. Alright, I checked in the kitchen. I think it was just a ghost. I turned my TV off just in case it was making the noise. Back to doing Hylics things instead of hunting for noises. That was the hallway I was just in. I'm still thinking about where to find that muscle applique. But this is the way forward, and this is the way to secrets. That's where that eye was looking. That's where that eye was looking. Oh, crap! How about no? Oh, he's going to be patrolling this hallway, isn't he? Crud. Oh, hey, you're fun. What you be? Besides fish. Clearly, it is fish. As a nonconformist with it. Gotta make these guys vulnerable. Post dog, I kinda wanna avoid hitting him as often as possible. When nonconformists are charging, they're preparing for an area of effect attack on you. They have like a wave cannon kind of ability. And the fish has solvent vortex. Makes everybody dissolve. Except for Dedismone, who seems to be immune to that sort of thing. But you know what? You just made some Snosa dissolve. So that's extra oomph to this curse. Thank you. Now you're melting too. Luckily he doesn't have multi-stem cells. You know what? That would be a good place to use the lightning bolts. That would be a pretty good option to use the lightning bolt to remove the angry post dog. Make him an ex-post dog. But I think the nonconformist is a bigger problem. Okay, he kind of solved that problem by using his attack anyway. Yeah, he's probably going to die. Eventually. I'm gonna make the fish bloody. Gotcha like a fish. But you are. So, who wants to die today? You want to die. You're regenerating and angry. Can't have that. Oh, great. More dissolving. Thank you. I enjoy dissolving. Give me more of that good dissolving. And it looks like he kind of removed all of the vulnerable going on here. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop it. Wayne's snaps are kind of wimpy too, but hey, more multi-stem cells. They're useful for the upcoming bosses. And it leads to a multi-soul sponge. Around here is where I read about the muscle applique. That's why I've been bumping into walls so often. All these corners, I've been bumping into them, because it says it's in a corner. Some corner. One of the corners. That's a ladder down to another area. We'll be going there shortly. Yeah, I don't see the secret room that guide is talking about. I don't understand. They must have removed that thing. As for this, it just makes you loop back around. And you have to do that if you want to go back down a ladder. So you know, we're going to go down even further. Even deeper. There's a secret room right here. Evidenced by the eye. And that eye. There's a multi-juice here. What's the purpose of this room? Some kind of cult worship? Also, that eye means there's a secret wall over here, but you can't have a secret wall behind a statue, so it's right here. Aha! Sneaky! You pulled a sneaky on us! It's a tarp. Tarps protect you against all status effects and drop your speed immensely. They don't work against the cursed gloves, though. That would be kind of broken, wouldn't it? Even though that character would be immensely slow, taking their turns last all the time. Switch activated! We're in a different part of the first floor now. We went up a few floors. So we have things to do from here. Let me get my bearings. I hit the switch after the tarp. I'm heading right. I'm looking for more eyes. These alcoves could get you trapped with an enemy. Don't let it happen. This guy likes patrolling in weird patterns. Luckily he didn't patrol right at us. Alright, 1 eye, 2 eye, no eye. The secrets are lying to us. The peptide bodkins. This is great for Wayne, because he finally gets rid of his pleather gauge, as useful as they are. It's a bit more power, loses a little bit of flesh, but he can now inflict poison damage. Which, since he's kind of milquetoast in this game, poison's pretty good for him. Considering we don't have something like bubbles. So that's just an extra dot to put on enemies. So we head this way now. And there's another switch. Switch it. Switch it good. Now we could go to a secret. Problem is, that secret requires us to go to the afterlife. That's not how I access my things. This is how I access my things. I could use those antennas if I want, but I'll use them before like the final area. Okay, last spawn point will take us, I think, to the archaeological center? The start of this whole thing? Anytime? There we go. Yeah, it takes us to the archaeological center. We could drop back down into the maze if we want to. Actually, that might work in our favor. Instead of going to the afterlife, we could just go to the juice fountain the old-fashioned way, right? I don't think it moved that part of the maze for us. Actually, I think it did move that part of the maze for us. Yeah, we're back where we started. Back where we teleported, anyway. So that means we gotta go to the Wayne house. But no pink this time? Okay. Oh, hey, crazy Wayne. How you doing? They're also full heals, too, if I haven't mentioned that. Alright, that's definitely not the way I wanted to go. I'm being all kinds of scatterbrained today. I haven't heard that weird noise come back, so it might have been the TV doing things. That's probably why it said it was buffering. I probably didn't pause it correctly. But the secret is so worth it. I know we're already at like the 24-minute mark, but then again, I did spend a couple minutes looking for the weird noise. What much to do here? I have meat. We could clean up so we could get immune to dissolving. Because that solvent wave, that'll dissolve everybody. Yeah, that's worth it. Lots and lots of meat if you're willing to spend time in the labyrinth. Which we will! We're gonna go looking for secrets, which is a little obtuse and confusing, and there's not a lot of evidence you could actually do this. But after you move that entire big platform over, we can head up in this direction. We have the option to hit the switch to move the platform back. But I think there's a ladder up somewhere around here. Is it over here? No, that's the ladder down. I think we gotta go through this room of meat over here. That's why you open it. It's a secret. There we go. We're now on top of that thing that we just moved. And we can head in this direction. And we're rewarded with another looped dome. I'd give that to Pangorma, but he gets really slow. Really slow. It's not really worth the flesh. Or the will. I think we'll run across something better, but hey, another loop dome if you wanted it. If you have the deep key, from the second arcade, we could go in this area. This is what the second arcade was all about. Especially what leads to the end of this long corridor. A secret area! And it has Glove Guy next to it. He's made out of gloves! You can just take all of his gloves, he doesn't mind. This is the real guy right here. He's the Sage of Satellites! You didn't reside on it that long, I created you. And we get his Sage token and the single glove. Now we can turn on the Monitor of the Ancients. We got the 3 Sage's relics things. And we have a single glove for Pangorma. He loses a little bit of power, he gains a little bit of speed, which I could use that Loop Dome now, actually. Yeah, sure. Also, it halves all of your will usage on your gestures. So yes, Pangorma is Michael Jackson. He has lightning bolts at his fingertips. He'll be doing the Moonwalker. And then he'll turn into a robot for some reason. What is with that movie? There's something very wrong with the people that made that movie. At least, The Wiz made sense. Moonwalker, not so much. So back down onto this thing. Instead of dropping down and hitting that switch, let's go over here. And go down this way. The other way would just lead us back into a loop. Just checking for secrets. It looked like a dead end. It was suspicious. Very suspicious looking dead ends. Where am I going from here? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm falling down holes. We used to be over there. Now we're over here. And there's a secret room right here. With a paper cup in it. The final paper cup of the game. You can finally empty the water cooler. And now we have to backtrack to the beginning of the floor. Luckily this ladder is here to do just that. And instead of like traversing like through the basement and back up, just go back the way you came before. Back over in this direction. And up the ladder. This is a lot easier, because it takes you right next to the fountain, which gets you right back on the track. So now I'm looking for some kind of switch? Oh right, yeah. This switch right here. This moves the platform back into place, but it changes our location a little bit. And there's a whole bunch of cat statues right here. They're guarding secret rooms. Like this one. With a nothing in it. One of these is supposed to be an enemy ambush. I'm not quite sure why it's not there. It might have phased through the Negaverse. There's also supposed to be a soul sponge around here too, but that also seems to be missing. The only thing I've been able to find is one right here with 50 bones in it. Not very useful considering look how many we got now after looting the vault and everything. Now to the end of the labyrinth. Don't get too hasty though. There's another secret room with multi-stem cells in it. Those will become very useful later. And now we're at the very bottom of the labyrinth. Treasure awaits us! Excuse me, what? This ruin has a guardian. It's the Motor Hunter, and he has 2 highway flames. While the flames are alive, he could actually sacrifice them to do big damage to everybody. So you might want to get rid of the flames first, especially since they have that 4 slices attack. You're just picking on Samsnosa. Know what it's time for, Samsnosa? To forget all your troubles and go with the flow. Forget about whatever you would never know. Like whatever you are doing is whatever you should, or if anything you're doing is ever anything good. That song will forever be in my brain. I will think of that song whenever I see Banana, and I see Banana like pretty much every day. So that song will never leave me. And now it will never leave you. I haven't really heard any other songs from the Tally Hall, except for that song. And I just don't want to. Because Banana is just too good. As you can see right there, he sacrificed one of the flames. We can't let these flames live. So, what can you do about this situation? Just wave at it. Take that. Vulnerable wave isn't that half bad, really. 60 damage to everything? As long as it's still vulnerable? That's not bad. Oh, I thought that was Dedismoln's turn. I was busy about other things. Also, yes, we're fighting a car boss. It's a car boss. They're just on a drive. They're not quite sure how they got here. They're just fighting some weird clay dudes that just got in their way. Not quite sure why. Not quite sure why, you know. How did this get into Gibby's group? That's what I'm trying to say here. How did Gibby employ this person? And why is he hiding in the labyrinth of sages, just like buried deep in the accretion? Maybe this is a whole sage guardian thing. They're like, dude, just bring your car down here. We got a great thing to show you. And yes, we just got ran over in the Pocket Universe. Samsnosa's dying. Even with regeneration, she's dying. She needs help. I haven't used Fate's Sandbox a whole lot. Is he bleeding? Yeah, he's pretty much doing everything except dissolving. And now he's doing that too. Every status effect! Alright, yeah. That's another thing I wanted to use before. I haven't used any of these either. Granted, they don't heal a lot of flesh, but we do have the bottomless juice. It'll never go away. It's unlimited. It's a free 100 will. Now we'll do a proper lightning bolt. That's with 57 charge. It does 91 damage. Oh no, not again. No! How does a car do this? I'm uncomfortable. Why do you make me uncomfortable? I can't retaliate with anything because you're already doing everything to yourself. You're poisoned, you're burning, you're leaking, you're slow. I can't do anything more to you. I can't hurt you anymore. You've already been hurt enough. Physically and mentally. You're gonna have to move into the mountains. And, like, deal with it. Write a memoir. Something. Pangormo will put you out of your misery. And thus Motor Hunter opened up a ramen shop. Lots of antennas. I haven't really found anything in this game that causes mass sleep anymore, so I'm not quite sure why they gave us so many multi-coffee. Oh hey, that was the other way around. The car kind of turned us around here. The ultimate switch! Heroes Ancient Ruins! Remember what they said about their airship being buried in the accretion? Well, we found it! I bet there's some awesome stuff on board. We're gonna have to go ahead and loot that. Also, I'm sure the flying brain people will be happy. And now we have to get out of this place. Looks like mini crystals are our best bet, really. Let's mini crystal to the archaeological center. So we're done all the side areas. Except for the Sage's airship, which is a rather short area. This video went on a little long. But next time, we'll loot the Sage's airship, and then we'll move on to Gibby. It's his turn next. Oh, I just saw something over here. I saw a whole thing. Yeah, that. Oh, you know what that is? That's where the drill used to be. Before we used our skull bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back to Antenna Island and the Afterlife. Use all that meat and antennas we got. By the way, if you tried to go back to Foglast after Gibby revives, nobody is there. No sages, only the enemies are still there. Not sages, I mean cultists. They're like the anti-sage. So you can't slap a cultist, so it's a little bit harder to heal there, so I really haven't wiped out the enemies in that area. But next time, more archaeology! And a Gibby murder, maybe, if we have time. Good night, folks.